Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, you have a different surround today. I am up in my back bedroom, which I wish I'd thought about this when I first started these black cardigans. This room is at the back of my house, and from the sun getting up in the morning, it shines in this room and it goes sort of round in a, like a half circle thing. And it's shining in this room till about 2 o'clock. And even when it goes to the front of the house, it's still always nice and bright in this room. I don't know why, because when the sun's not shining in my living room, it is quite dark. Well, not dark, but I can't see very well when I'm knitting dark colours when I'm in my living room. But I thought, this is the 24-inch cardigan. It's all sewn up. All I had to do was put the bands on pick the stitches up for the front. And I struggled yesterday afternoon, even though the sun was shining in my living room, I was still struggling to pick up the stitches, because when I pick up the stitches up the front, I pick up 3 stitches and miss the 4th stitch. Well, I couldn't see where those stitches were. I've checked it now since I've come here, because I can see the stitches perfectly up here. I'm sitting next to the window. I'll turn my computer and you can see. That's the window right next to me. So it's shining directly onto what I'm doing, and I checked that I had picked all the stitches up in the right place, and even though I couldn't see what I was doing yesterday, I managed it. But I can see when I was trying to knit the knit one, purl one stitch, it was just one long line of black. I couldn't tell the knit stitch from the purl stitch, but I can see them perfectly up here. Even in my living room, I have an armchair next to my window, and I did try sitting there, and I couldn't see, like I can't open this room. I don't know what it is about this room, but I'm going to use this room more often. Not just for colours like this, just for anything, because it's so bright in here. I can even tell by my computer that the quality of the picture on my screen is a lot better than it is downstairs. I don't know why. Maybe just me thinking that, making it seem like that, but it is much better up here. And I am actually sitting on my bed, and the reason I decided to try up here was I remembered about this backrest that I have here. As you can see, it's a backrest, and I've got it on the bed, and it's pushed right up against the wall, so it doesn't matter if I lean back, it won't go any further back. Now, this was my husband when he was ill, when he was very ill, and we had a lot of things. My computer is on the bedside table that we had for him as well. So those things that were handy for my husband when he was ill is handy for me in this room. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing a lot of now. And something else about this room, well, we all know that heat rises. So any heat that's downstairs rises up into this room, and it's always warm in this room. Even when there's no heating on, even in the winter, it's not, it's not warm. You still do need some heating on, but it's always warmer. I don't know if it's because even in the winter the sun shines straight through this window into this room. It's not a large room, and I've shown you this room before. It's where I have all my wool and everything. But anyway, I'm going to get this finished in no time at all now. I wish I'd thought about this before I started these cardigans, because I would have had them finished a long time ago. But anyway, that's enough of that. I'll put that down a minute. But like I'm saying, I was trying to knit that black one yesterday afternoon, and I thought to myself, I gave up after a while, because I just could not do the stitches. I thought, I'm going to wait until tomorrow, a better day it might be, which I'm glad I did, because I've come up here and I can see perfectly. But I started on the white cardigan, Thought I'll stitch this one up. I'll show you better when it's all finished, but I have it all stitched up. This one just needs the bands on, but it's a very long cardigan. It's longer than what I normally do. So there's going to be a lot of stitches to pick up down the front. As you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble holding it. I don't know if I'll stand up and hold it against me. You could see. No, you still can't see. I would have to push the computer out of the way. But it is a very long cardigan. I will do a little video and show the whole thing when it's completed. So I'll probably do that sometime today to get the bands on it. And while I'm sitting up here, I can hear all the trains going past. There's one just gone past now there. This is at the back of my house, and in the back garden there's a lot of trees, and behind that trees is a railway line. So we hear that you'll probably hear more of the trains going backwards and forwards while I'm sitting up here. I'll put that back in my bag, ready for later on. Probably when I finish the black one, I'll attempt that one, get that one sorted. But I did as much as I could of that, and I still had some time before I went to bed, so I started this one. This is one for... It's a lady called Carol messages me on Facebook, and I think this was one for her friend, is Carol and Denise. And Carol has asked me, she asked me to do a pink rosebud lace one with little flowers around the edge, like I did with the other one. But the other one I put the little flowers up the front, but she wants the flowers around the edge of the cardigan on the rosebud. So I have this one. So I started this. This took me no time at all because it's a very bright colour. I could see what I was doing, no trouble at all. But I will have to contact Carol about this one, because this is the pattern that I'm using for it. And as you can see, there's collars, and that the baby one there is just a round neck. So I'm not sure whether she wants a collar on it or a round neck. So I'm going to have to contact Carol to ask her before I get round to doing the neck part on it anyway. So that's my pattern that I'm doing that one from. And I still haven't done any more of that one. I have another... I wanted to get those cardigans sorted out, but I'll just have the one more basket to do for these before I send them off to Angela. So that's a little bit of that one. I'll get a bit more of that one done today. Probably get that one finished today, because it don't take very long, especially when I can see what I'm doing. And my blankets, I've actually done, since I last showed you, I've done 4 rows. I think I did yesterday, I did 4 rows instead of 2, just to try to make up the for what I hadn't done. That one, it's funny, but it must be the pattern. You can see one is much longer than the other. So this one is more rows to the inch because of the pattern, but exactly the same number of rows on each. And even this one, the blue one, is on 7mm needles, and this one is on 8mm needles. So even though this is on a smaller needle, it's still coming out longer. So this one does pull up, you know, instead of going out, stretching out or pulling in that way, it seems to pull up that way. So when you need more rows to the inch for that one. I'll have to actually work that out and see whether I have it right on the pattern, because I'm not sure whether I've got the right number of rows tension on it. So where am I with my cardigan? The black one now. So I'm going to get as much as I can done of this one. It'll not take me long now that I can see what I'm doing. I'll see what it's like in this room when the sun goes around to the front of my house. I wished it stayed in this part of the house all day, but I think I'm going to be using this room a lot more. Someone did suggest getting a sofa bed, then I'd still have a bed for anyone that needed to stop the night here. But you know, it's very rare anyone does stop the night here. My son comes up from Yorkshire now and again, but he always comes up and goes home in the same day, so it's very rare anyone ever sleeps in this room now. I think I need to change the quilt, and I even have my Elvis pillow here. I think I'll play some of Elvis's songs while I'm sitting up here, because as you probably all know, I'm an Elvis Presley fan. I've mentioned it before. That was brought to me on Valentine's Day for my partner that I had at the time, before he passed away a few years ago. So that's just a little bit today to let you see what I'm up to, and a little bit change of scenery. At least when I'm up here, I don't have to, if I need a new ball, because like I'm saying, this is my wool room. My wool winder on the end of the bench there. Put my computer back round again. So when I'm downstairs, I have to keep running up and down here, and I do go through a lot of wool pretty quick. So I don't have to keep running up here for to wind another ball on the wool winder, or for to find another ball of wool that I want. It's all up here in front of me. So that's another little thing that's handy. And all the other things I keep in here, they just need tidying up a little bit. And I do keep my garden seats up here, because I do have an outhouse. But I have one garden seat that's there, and I left it there all winter, and it has got a lot of little mouldy spots on the cloth on it, so it's not a good idea to leave them overnight or over the winter in the outhouse. I need to keep them up here. Actually, that's where I always kept them. I kept them in the corner over there where you can't see. So that's just a little bit for today, to let you see what I've been up to and what else I'm going to be up to. So give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you another time. So bye for now.